What is best in life? To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women. Sounds good to me. His people eradicated, his parents butchered right before his eyes, and then sold into slavery. The tale of Conan is certainly one of sorrow, at least at first, for Conan grew into a strong and fierce man who found his sense of purpose as a bloodthirsty gladiator, learning the discipline of fear. This would serve the Cimmerian well, because once a free man, all he could think about was avenging his people and killing the man who took his parents from him, the evil Thulsa Doom. Oh man, they don't make them like this anymore. An epic sword and sorcery movie co-written by Oliver Stone and John Milius and directed by Milius, with a cast that includes James Earl Jones, Max von Sydow, Sandal Bergman, and a pre-Terminator Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's an ultra-violent revenge tale with snake cults, witches, sorcerers, epic battles, beautiful women, adventure, a great villain, and Arnold. In other words, everything young Piz looked for in a movie. Watching now as a bitter and cold man, those things still hold sway. But now I also admire the incredible costume and production design, the cinematography, and the absolutely epic score from Basil Polidoris. And even though it's Arnold, the supporting cast do a phenomenal job of covering for his limited, at least at the time, acting ability. The beautiful and badass Sandal Bergman, Mako, and Jerry Lopez are all great as Conan's cohorts, and James Earl Jones is perfectly cast as the enigmatic and sinister Thulsa Doom. There are so many awesome set pieces in this movie. The big snake fight, or the battle in the orgy room, or the battle at what kind of looks like Stonehenge. And the battle sequences themselves are wonderfully brutal, with ample bloodshed. Conan and crew carve up Thulsa Doom's cronies but good here, with more guttings, neck slashings, and beheadings than you can swing a broadsword at. And the lead up to the final battle, in which Conan asks Crom to grant his wish of revenge, or to hell with you, is intense. What else can I say? It's Conan the Barbarian. I love it. I've seen it countless times. But seeing it on this new limited edition 4K UHD from Arrow Video was like seeing it for the first time, and not just because of the absolutely exquisite picture quality, but because there are no less than 3 different cuts of the movie here. We get the theatrical cut, we get the international cut, and we get the extended cut. By the way, when I said that they don't make movies like this anymore, they actually did. A couple of years ago. It's called The Northman. It's directed by Robert Eggers. It's absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, not many people saw it in the theater, which is a crying shame. If you are a fan of Conan, then you should see The Northman. Actually, you should just see The Northman, period. It will make Crom happy and virtually guarantee your admittance into Valhalla. As for this new limited edition 4K UHD from Arrow Video, it's as if it were forged from the same steel as Conan's sword. I mean, by Crom. It's beautiful. Everything comes inside this sturdy box. Here's the case. The sleeve is reversible. We get 2 discs. This release comes with 6 double-sided collector's postcards. We get an illustrated collector's booklet featuring new writing by Walter Chaw and John Walsh, and an archive set report by Paul M. Salmon. We also get a double-sided fold-out poster. When it comes to picture quality and sound quality, this release is absolutely stunning. The picture quality here looked flawless to my eyes. The 4K restoration from the camera negative made Conan look like it was filmed yesterday and not 40 plus years ago. The image quality is clear, it's crisp, it's highly detailed. It's what 4K is all about. As for audio, we get a DTS HD Master Audio mono track and a Dolby Atmos track. The audio quality here is absolutely incredible, perfectly complementing Basil Polidoris's brilliant score. The audio is clean, it's clear, it's full-bodied, it's perfect. I give both the picture quality and the sound quality on this release perfect scores, 5 out of 5. As far as extras are concerned, and sit tight because there are lots. On disc 1, we get the 3 different versions of the film, the theatrical cut, which comes in at 127 minutes in length, the international cut, which comes in at 129 minutes in length, and the extended cut, which comes in at 130 minutes in length. I watched the extended cut. We get 2 commentaries, the first with John Milius and Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the second with Paul M. Salmon, and we get an isolated score track. On disc 2, first up, we get Conan Unchained, the making of Conan from the year 2000. It's 53 minutes and 11 seconds in length. It includes interviews with Edward R. Pressman, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Oliver Stone, Dino De Laurentiis, John Milius, Ron Cobb, Sandal Bergman, Jerry Lopez, James Earl Jones, Max von Sydow, and many more. It is a comprehensive making of anything and everything that you could possibly want to know about the making of Conan the Barbarian is here. We also get a number of brand new interviews, including Designing Conan with William Stout, which is 14 minutes and 17 seconds in length, in which Mr. Stout discusses working with Ron Cobb, his work as a storyboard and conceptual artist on Conan, and more. We get Costuming Conan with John Bloomfield, which is 13 minutes and 21 seconds in length, in which Mr. Bloomfield discusses getting hired by Dino De Laurentiis for Conan after getting fired by De Laurentiis off of Flash Gordon. He discusses designing the costumes and more. Next, we have Barbaric Effects with Colin Arthur and Ron Hone. It's 10 minutes and 50 seconds in length, in which Mr. Arthur and Mr. Hone discuss the mechanical and makeup effects in the film, including Conan's sword, making stage blood with vodka, and more. I like these guys. Stage blood with vodka. Very nice. Next, we have Young Conan with Jorge Sands. It's 7 minutes and 5 seconds in length, in which Mr. Sands discusses how mind-blowing the experience was to play Young Conan, how cold it was, how fun it was, and more. Next, we have Conan and the Priest with the legendary Jack Taylor. Mr. Taylor discusses meeting John Milius and getting cast as the priest. He discusses how massive the production was, how overwhelmed he was with it all, what it was like getting beaten up by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and more. Next, we have Cutting the Barbarian with Peck Pryor. It's 8 minutes and 31 seconds in length, in which Mr. Pryor discusses co-editing Conan the Barbarian, how he got the gig, working with John Milius and Basil Polidoris, what he learned from co-editing the film, and more. Next, we have Crafting Conan's Magic with visual effects artists Peter Curran and Catherine Keene at 6 minutes and 36 seconds in length, in which they both discuss the visual effects work they created for the film. Next, we have Barbarians and Northmen with Robert Eggers. It's 6 minutes and 22 seconds in length, in which Mr. Eggers discusses first watching Conan when he was 5, how the world building in Conan excited him, and how Conan influenced his awesome The Northman, which again, you should see. Next, we have Behind the Barbarian with John Walsh, author of Conan the Barbarian, the official history of the film, at 17 minutes and 10 seconds in length, in which Mr. Walsh discusses the origins of the character, the long and bumpy road for Conan to make it to the silver screen, the cast, the special effects, the violence, the film's success, the trilogy that never happened, how Conan's influences felt today, and more. Next, we have A Line in the Sand with Alfio Liotta, author of The Cinema of John Milius. It's 16 minutes and 43 seconds in length, in which Mr. Liotta discusses themes throughout Mr. Milius's career, his controversial standing in the film industry, and how he came to direct Conan. He discusses Milius's influence on the script and on the character of Conan. He discusses the film's success, how Milius and Dino De Laurentiis butted heads over the violence, how Conan gave birth to the sword and sorcery genre, and more. Next, we have Conan the Rise of a Fantasy Legend from 2005. It's 18 minutes and 25 seconds in length, discussing the origins of Conan in Robert A. Howard's book and later in Marvel Comics. Next, we have Art of Steel, Sword Makers and Masters from 2011. It's 14 minutes and 40 seconds in length, discussing the weapons used in the film. Next, we have Conan from the Vault, an archival compilation of interviews from 1981 and 1982 with John Milius, Arnold Schwarzenegger, James Earl Jones, and Sandal Bergman. It's 10 minutes and 22 seconds in length. Next, we have a tribute to composer Basil Polidorus. Next, we have the original promotional featurettes featuring behind-the-scenes interviews with John Milius, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sandal Bergman, Ron Cobb, Dino and Raffaella De Laurentiis, and many more. We get 3 deleted scenes, special effects, comparisons, an image gallery of production designs, behind-the-scenes photos, and more. We get Conan the Barbarian, the musical. We get a trailer gallery and an image gallery. This is an exquisite-looking and absolutely bursting at the seams with extras release for Conan the Barbarian from the fine folks over at Arrow Video. If you are a fan of Conan the Barbarian, then this release needs to be in your collection. Let me know your thoughts on this release and on Conan the Barbarian in general down in the comments section below. And while you're down there, let me know what your favorite sword and sorcery, sword and sandal movie is, other than Conan, of course. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. A huge thank you to all my patrons and channel members for your generosity and support. Become a patron today and get early access to videos, have a say in what content appears on my channel, join me for monthly live streams, exclusive watch parties, and more. Become a channel member today and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream, as well as members-only watch parties. Both those links are in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.